welcome to the main event. Welcome one and all to Death Battle Cast. Fierce debate, plenty of bloodshed. I am Ringmaster, and this is Wiz versus Boomstick. And you heard that right, folks. It's time to debate your favorite hosts, throwing their friendship asunder and squaring off at long last to answer the question, who would win in a death battle? Will it be Wiz, the tech-savvy mad scientist with a penchant for world domination and an arsenal to back it up? Despite some of my best efforts, this guy has so many clones, it might actually be impossible to put him down for good. Or will victory go to my buddy Boomstick, an explosion-loving weapons enthusiast officially classified as a natural disaster? Trust me, this guy has so many guns, the only way to hitch a ride is sitting way in the back of his pickup truck, on top of more guns. So without further ado, let me turn it over to our cabal of death battle ne'er-do-wells in the studio. This is your Death Battle Cast!
Thank you, Ringmaster, and our wonderful live audience, apparently. Hey, welcome to Death Battle Cast. We are back in the studio for the first time
in years,
a long time, with a big group of people. Obviously, not everybody who's worked on Death Battle could be here, but a good chunk of them are here. We're very happy to be here and have this whole big happy family together for what might be our last Death Battle Cast. So thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us for this. This is going to be a special one. We are finally doing Wiz versus Boomstick. Yeah. Yeah.
The best part was like, we were just kind of looking through some stuff, and it's just like, oh man, Boomstick had that? Or Wiz did this?
The
like,
devil gene?
Yeah.
So just doing a quick run through of everybody who's on here in case you don't know everybody. Hi, I'm Ben, voice of Wiz. I created the show back in 2010. Yeah, that's
the Obama
me.
administration.
Of course, with my co-host Chad over there.
Hey. Yeah, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick, and have helped with the show since then.
That's awesome.
That's Boomstick wins. The end. Go. Great job.
You're up, Liam. Who are you?
I'm Liam. I'm a writer and director for Death Battle, and I voice one of the mecha goose heads. I voice the angry one. For shock and surprise. Casting purposes, reasons.
And the other Mecha Goose head is voiced by
Sam, and I voice the not angry one, Surprise.
Sam also was written on the show for a long time.
Yeah. I also worked on Death Battle during the Obama administration. So that lets you know I've been here for a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron.
Which administration are you from?
Yeah, which administration?
A much more recent one. Hello, I'm Aaron. I am the line producer for Death Battle.
Yeah.
Yes. Much more recent, but just as, if not more valuable, honestly.
Yeah. Frankly,
Much
10
more, I'd
times
say.
more than
Everybody else.
Aaron has done so much stuff.
Everybody here's done an incredible amount of the stuff for Death Battle. Like Josh.
Hi. Yeah. I've written some, I've directed some. I think I just missed the Obama administration.
Okay. All
Right
right.
after that. Yeah. Well, yeah, not
The unmentionable.
yeah.
And then, of course, he introduced the show. We have Ringmaster.
Hello, everybody. I'm Billy, or Ringmaster.
What? You were Billy this whole
no, oh God, no.
the whole time?
I may also have been responsible for queuing up the video there, so, you know.
It's fitting.
Yeah, Billy put together this costume for an RTX, and then you're like, you put in so much
I'm getting the money's worth out of this
gotta
thing.
get mileage out of it.
Mother.
I was, like, looking into stuff for this cast, and I noticed, you know, on the Death Battle Wiki, which shout out to everybody who's managed stuff on the Death Battle Wiki, all of us are listed as, you know, directors, actors, etc. They have you also listed as puppeteer because of the one time you puppeted Discord and Bill.
And my hand was visible in the episode, so
That's great.
I love that.
They listed me as a voice actor for Gojo. because I did the heavy breathing at the very end.
Hey, technicality counts.
It counts.
I guess so.
Billy,
I'm
are
in
we?
there as Peter B. Parker. For a cameo where I don't even say anything.
Billy and I might have two of, I think, 3 people that have been in Death Battle as live-action humans, technically.
Yeah.
Who did
Yeah.
you voice? Or
I didn't voice. I was
physically present?
the Deadpool and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Deadpool mask. When we filmed it
yeah.
at Austin's house. I don't know. I was in a bathtub. I have always kind of despised Deadpool as like a character, but somehow there I was.
You put that self-loathing in the character, see it fit.
Yeah. When you really get in the suit, you're like,
and that's why he lost.
Because we hate him.
now it's time to show our biases.
It's because
So,
it's bias.
guys, we have been doing Death Battle for, what, almost 15 years, 14 years, however long it's been. 13 years, whatever. More than a decade. Once
You're gonna
you hit
yeah.
10 in internet
1,000.
years, it becomes a million. Like, it's a
Million moons
lifetime.
ago.
Yeah. And Wiz and Boomstick have, well, they've done some crazy things throughout that time. So we definitely need to get into this battle because we have a bunch of cool stuff to talk about and to show. Before we jump into too much, of course, you guys know this. I mean, I've said this at the top of all of our Death Battle casts for the past month or so, but this one might be a little bit different. Our parent company, Rooster Teeth, of course, is closing its doors in May. Super Chats and are currently disabled. We do not recommend buying any new memberships at the moment. We really do appreciate everybody who has purchased or gifted memberships over the course of the last couple of years that we've had memberships open. Thank you so much for supporting us. But we also do have plenty of things planned for this week. In addition to this cast right now, we are planning for this Wednesday to have our fireside chat as usual. And then this Thursday, we're getting a big community event in the Discord together, which will basically last like most of the afternoon and evening. It's just going to be a big event for everybody to join in on the Discord. And then this Friday, of course, is Rooster Teeth's final live stream. So be sure to tune into any one of those.
Or all of them.
Or all of them, yeah.
I'm going to get naked.
Nope.
Don't do that. As of right now, we will not be posting videos on the Death Battle YouTube channel after May 10th. I wish I could say what comes after that, but we are currently processing all of this in real time right now. We do plan on releasing an update video on the channel before May 10th when we have new information to share. The community tab on the YouTube channel will also remain active for some time afterwards, and the Discord server should also remain active. And we know this doesn't answer everyone's questions, and trust me, I really wish it could. What's most important, though, is that we all want to keep making cool stuff. We like making cool stuff together. We want to keep working together. And we feel like there are more stories to tell with Death Battle. So if you want to stay in the loop or follow us beyond Rooster Teeth, please follow us on social media. You can find me on as Ben B. Singer on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Real quick, just rapid fire those social medias down the line.
Joshua Kazemi.
Ringmaster DBX, I think.
At Liam Richard Swan.
Chad James RT. Didn't age well.
I need to change
Hey,
that one.
Screw Tech Sam. Aged pretty well.
Excellent.
At Aaron Makala on Twitter.
All right.
Wow, you never did change it from screen.
No, he didn't. He was like,
That's actually.
Comes back around.
I want to change mine to Screw Attack Liam.
I know, right? We should all do it.
All of us changed. Okay, let's do this, because this isn't going to be our typical Death Battle cast versus debate. We have... I don't even know how to describe what we're about to do, but we are going to do Wiz versus Boomstick. So I guess we'll start off typical, right? Okay. 60 seconds on the clock. Go ahead and argue this.
Okay.
The way we're going to do this, at least in generally, is going to be the same as usual, I guess, where we're going to argue who would win between the two, and then it will be up to you guys in a poll in the live chat to vote on who should win. And I think for this one, we can all give our opinions, but I think in this one we can leave it up to you guys explicitly who should win.
Boomstick.
Well, okay. 60 seconds on the clock. Why does Boomstick win?
Oh, great. So it's been a fun journey trying to remember all the stuff that became Boomstick lore by that I just said in the booth, or then they just started writing.
Yeah.
But I mean, Boomstick has every weapon you could pretty much think of, including a nuclear arsenal, plenty of vehicles. He has a JoJo stand. He's punched a meteor. Has consistently just beats Wiz's ass on the show. Has access to a just ridiculous amount of comic weapons like Mjolnir and I guess Aquaman's trident. It is quite ridiculous how powerful Boomstick is. And plus, he's the weapons guy. He's the fighting guy. So Wiz might be smart, but I think with the arsenals, and if it comes down to it, it's Boomstick. Hey. I don't need the last 7. But
You got this, buddy. It's all yours.
And Jack Spaniels, who can blow up the sun. Dog on my side.
Yeah.
Vote dog.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Or you can vote rat. Because Wiz has a cute little rat.
Don't you remember this?
Yeah, let me talk about this. Let me talk about Wiz. All right, so Wizard is his true name.
His Christian name.
Christian name? It is his proper Christian birth-given name, Wizard, and that is because it could not define him better. He is a brilliant scientist, mad scientist. You know, all the best scientists are mad. And everything that Boomstick has that he thinks is going to be something that can turn the tables on Wiz is because Wiz made it. Wiz knows how all of Boomstick's gear works, and he has some incredible gear of his own. Of course, he's got his robotic arm, which can just have whatever he wants attached to it. He has some device, I don't think we ever established what this was, that is capable of pulling black holes around and took out a planet with one of them. He has a Dyson sphere with a super laser on it. He has Booster Gold's shield, his belt Booster Gold's shield, which completely destroyed Cable of all people in Death Battle itself. Spoilers. Wiz.
Yeah.
He's gonna take this.
Man out of time. Man out of time.
For those that don't know either, because it does sound like a popular vacuum, a Dyson sphere like captures the energy of a star.
Yes.
It's
no,
not,
I was
it's
thinking
not a
it
big
was the
vacuum.
vacuum.
It's the biggest
Two big
vacuum ever.
Yeah.
It is a vacuum that sucks up solar energy.
Yes.
It's their ultimate product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Kardashev scale, whatever.
So the way we're gonna take this is Chad and I are technically arguing for our characters.
And remembering in real time as we look at the sheets that Ultra Guy and
Yes, shout out to Ultra Guy for helping put together, and frankly a lot of the researchers for putting together a bunch of information on Wiz and Boomstick over the years. But I hate to admit this, I might be a little biased when it comes to Wiz.
No.
So Liam here is going to act as an intermediary and tell us the true facts whenever we start talking shit.
Liam, are you the divorce lawyer here?
I'm mother.
So, did we get everything right so far?
What?
Did we get everything right so far? Am I going to destroy?
Kind of. You haven't really listed like the important stuff, which is like classic fucking Ben and Chad debating, missing the important feats.
Well, I didn't mention that Wiz has like 1 million clones, right? An infinite amount of clones.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, time travel, teleportation, reincarnation. Boomstick.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff for both characters.
The reincarnation isn't instant, though, right? So we don't really need to worry about that.
I don't know. Is the reincarnation instant? What was the context? Let me just look it up. So the cast can be a lot of this.
Was there a reincarnation feed? I don't
Fucking see
remember.
any reincarnation, you lying sack of fuck.
When Wiz killed Boomstick, his soul naturally.
Oh, well, there we go.
No, Boomstick has punched the soul out of Wiz before.
Yeah, I'll say as a basic
kill.
thing to kind of get us started, like I would say physically in fights, Boomstick has more consistently beaten on Wiz. But it's not like 100% because sometimes Wiz fights back.
Wiz lets him. It's part of the experiment for each character.
One of my favorite of them fighting each other is which we improv because it was supposed to be like Boomstick like hits Wiz with the trident or something like that. And I was like, what if he just stabs him in the legs and we do a cut-off scream, and so we improvise it, and that's like legitimately one of my favorites.
Yeah, you know, the crazy thing about this is we didn't even really talk about this. We should have probably led with this. Is Wiz and Boomstick were never originally meant to have lore.
Nope.
Outside of like a couple dumb like absentee father jokes here and there in the early Death Battle
So
days.
fucking funny, right?
Yeah, whoa, hilarious.
It was a different time.
Things didn't like. We didn't plan to have story around Wiz and Boomstick, but
I did.
over time, things evolved.
Got
and
said.
more than anything, it's us improving in the booth that changed Wiz and Boomstick's trajectory forever.
Yeah, for sure. Especially previews. When we were like, how do we get out of a preview,
Are previews canon?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But they're kind of like alternate time. It's like the conversation veers off for the
Well, they
preview.
always resolve it, is what I assume, by the next preview.
I
or by
never even
some of them
considered previews might not be canon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've actually thought about that too, because you could argue that some of them are
They're like branching.
yeah.
You could count them as like fighting game endings.
We've got a multiverse going
Are
on.
there hundreds of multiple timelines of Wiz and Boomstick?
That's what I've
another-
always assumed.
Yeah, okay, that makes
Another
sense.
At some point
multiverse,
last
yeah.
season, we had a preview that ended with Wiz and Boomstick releasing like every single demon into the earth, and it's like, well, sure, they can do that.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about that time.
Yeah, in that time. Oh no!
I
We
wrote
established
that.
timelines at
Yes.
the beginning because in Eggman versus Wily, we destroyed a timeline and then we went to a new one.
Well, that's within the simulation. I thought it was within
I guess
the,
so.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah, I
so,
thought
yeah.
so. And I like
Flat Earth is fucked.
Like you said, I always just assumed that it was just like, we resolved it somehow,
Well, you know what? I'm going to go with
Galactus
what
versus
chat's
Unicron
saying.
world.
Everything is canon.
Yeah, the way that I would phrase it is that even if you want to view it as an alternate timeline, it's something that is a possibility for main timeline Wiz and Boomstick.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Kind of like how fighting game.
Like a lot of fighting game endings, yeah.
So we do have some examples of what Wiz and Boomstick are capable of.
Yeah.
Some visual examples. We might have a few things to show off during today's cast. Let's go ahead and show off video or the first scene of what Wiz and Boomstick might look like.
What?
Qua?
Confidential.
It's time for the death battle!
Yes.
Smells like you.
Wait.
Oh, I promise we're doing really kick-ass stuff right now.
That's right, Boomstick. They just can't see us because we're moving at infinite speeds.
Shut up, nerd! I'm gonna show them what I did. No fair!
Is that like a reference to Dragon Ball with the Krillin and Jackie Chun
not at all.
thing?
Billy used up all of our budget with that ringmaster.
So leading up to this, I reached out to some of our animators and storyboard artists to put some stuff together. So there might be a couple more of those later on.
Yeah, huge shout out to the team for putting that together.
Yeah,
It's super fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So we also have some fan art I really want to show off because I mentioned in the last episode that if you have some fan art on this matchup, please share it with us because there's been plenty of Wiz versus Boomstick pieces made over the years. So let's go ahead and just show off a couple of these, starting with number 1. This one's from William LM27. It is very brutal, but it also shows that Wiz has multiple clones and will always survive.
Yeah, but I think you're getting smashed with Mjolnir right there.
Well, that one's dead.
Well, also, like, Mjolnir's pretty good at fighting a lot of things. Like,
Does Boomstick have the full spread of Mjolnir's abilities? Because Mjolnir is pretty fucked.
Technically speaking, if you can wield it, you do, right?
You do, yeah.
Can Boomstick really?
I mean, it's right there.
Do we count fan art as canon?
No, but was
He
it?
canonically wields Mjolnir.
Yeah.
in,
Oh, he does hold
Over
the
Vegeta,
He can
right?
swing
Yeah.
it. I'm just saying, can he be like, anti-unmaking, like God-unmaking beam, like from Thor 163 when it
whosoever
deleted you
wields it,
from
right?
reality. Go!
Now, here's my question. Is it really Mjolnir, or is it a fake Mjolnir that Wiz made?
That's what I would
for
have thought.
the
It's real Mjolnir.
no, it's real because didn't Boomstick, like, summon it? And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wiz can
What?
make it
You
with
can't summon fake things? Like that are made for that?
Well, and Wiz was surprised
Yeah.
when it happened.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
So, like,
If they use it, it is like It is either the real one
Crap.
or like...
Okay, let's move away from this art. let's check out
Well, it
Maximum
helps
Chips
Wiz,
art.
too.
Number
Wiz
2.
has tons of stuff.
Art number 2.
Okay.
So there are tons of
Track art.
track art and thumbnail art. I really wanted to bring in as many as I could. I'm not able to share every single one. You guys have done an incredible job with these track and thumbnail art pieces over the years. So this one's from Maximum Chip. I love this collage of different episodes.
The skull logo with the Boomstick hat and the Wiz glasses is great. I love that.
It's so good.
I know Ben versus Hal is there, which is great.
Yeah. This one's fantastic. Thank you, Maximum Chip. Okay, so we'll get into more art and scenes later, but let's talk a little bit about.
Arsenal, maybe?
Yeah.
What
Sure.
you guys are bringing to the table?
Well, I know Wiz has. So I mentioned that he has like something that can pull around black holes and the Dyson Sphere gun. I know he's also got the gun that can turn people inside out, right?
Yes, he does.
Like, what's Boomstick gonna do with
He
that?
has inside-out manipulation.
Wait, is it a gun or does it just happen? I don't remember.
Inside-out gun, a ray gun that can turn objects inside out. That is from episode 107, which is Captain Marvel versus Shazam. Oh, right, because it's the Shazam feat where he gets turned inside out. Yeah. So I believe it is a gun.
Right.
Well, Boomstick has Popeye's spinach, which is
Ooh, so
pretty ridiculous.
the spinach, does it just give you a boost in strength, or does it give you Toon Force?
Wait,
Well, go ahead.
is Popeye spinach canonically different than just spinach?
We talked about this in the episode. It is. That's why we did that calculation about the spinach stalk growing to the next solar system.
Oh, yeah.
It's very high. That we calculated its caloric density.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid. Like, it's so
I love
much.
it. That's one of the best things
yeah.
I think we've ever done on Death Battle.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite
And
episodes.
Boomstick can summon and it will. Remember, that's the thing. He can just boom and then it appears and then it
The
goes.
audience
So, like,
can probably hand it to him if it's working off of Popeye's rules.
That's
If
true.
they're on his side.
If they're on his side, yeah. They could.
Boomstick's side might be hard to take for some people.
That's
okay.
he said.
I'm just saying.
Wait, why? I'm curious.
I mean, neither character is like lawful good, like right?
Oh, they're
just
evil.
in that sense,
their
yeah.
own
Like,
nature.
they
I
wrote
are-
them as
these are
evil.
villains.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah. So
have
that's
always
just what I'm
been
saying is
villainous
like,
people.
Yeah.
from that standpoint, like Popeye is the good guy. It's hard to call either Wiz or Boomstick the good guy.
Yeah, but the audience doesn't necessarily only side with the good.
No, our audience for sure. Yes.
And
Also, specifically you guys, all you degenerates
That's-
who will always side with the villains.
Wrong with
I just found a real. Okay, I'm going to save this for a little bit later. I found a really interesting thing that has
thought you
actually.
have to say it
No,
now.
I'm gonna save it from when we
Jeez.
get to it naturally because that's kind of.
What if we never get to it now?
That actually, like, I might like argue with Ultra about, what he thought about the fight. I might be like, you forgot about this. This might be big.
Let's see. So, yeah, we covered Mjolnir. It's got Mega Man's Mega Buster, Popeye Spinach, Boomstick tubes. I forgot about
Boomstick
that.
has a lot more innate abilities than Wiz, which just makes sense, right? Boomstick is a big ball of meat that just like fights. Wiz has a ton of weapons.
He was She-Ra once.
That's
Big ball
true.
of meat.
ball of meat.
In a sense, all of humanity are just big balls of meat.
How would you describe your character? Just a big old ball of meat.
What's your stand do?
It allows Boomstick can turn anything into beer.
Yes.
And including Wiz, which we've seen him do, and also it was implied that Boomstick was the one that turned Wiz back, not Wiz figuring it out. That's what
Wait.
it seemed like.
Is it?
I believe so. I have to go find that part.
But
don't
they're-
think so.
are they just like it's just like the can of beer acid? It's not like alive, like a. I can't remember the episode. It's just a can of beer.
There was screaming. when
Okay,
he
so
drank
it is
Wiz.
alive. So beerification wouldn't kill. It's just now you're a beer. What are you gonna do?
You are a sentient can of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, did the beer, when he drank Wiz screamed, right? He was like, ah!
I think
I think
so.
so.
Yeah.
I think I remember us talking about it, like, it would be funny if like it implied that like you
It
were.
would be funny if also it would be a good bit if you burped and then Wiz's scream came out. And
Well, according to Apom and Mimikyu in chat, Wiz turned back in Alucard's rundown on his own.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So I
remember-
can just do it. I,
remember-
can just counter it.
I
somehow.
remember writing
also,
that segment.
Clones,
and-
right? So even if he
Yeah,
turns into
exactly.
beer, there's more whizzes in the wing.
But he could continue to, but yeah.
Is 99 bottles powerful enough to to transform an infinite number of whizzes into bottles of beer.
I couldn't turn
Or
like
at least 99.
Also, he wouldn't be able to drink infinite beers.
That's not true.
I actually contest that as the right
Do we have a beer drinking calc for Boomstick?
if he
Unlimited.
if
No.
you know if he could drink an infinite amount of beers, that might be like an AP feat.
Yeah,
But I don't think he has actually done that.
I don't think because he never would have drank. Like, we can't show him drinking infinite beers. We don't have that budget.
That's not
like,
true. I could do that. I could write
You're right.
infinite beer.
Uix in the chat mentions Boomstick didn't do anything to return him back, as Wiz has Alucard's regeneration, which means he has also got over 1 million souls, which means he'd have 1 million revive options.
Yeah.
Now that's a tricky thing, though. The whole soul thing with Wiz is interesting, because if Wiz has Alucard's power and has all those souls, I mean, I guess he could, but he doesn't have his own
He
soul.
does not have a personal soul.
Some college has it. I don't know if we ever established what the
It
college
was sold for his student loans, which are I said canonically is infinite. I said it was a sideways 8, which is a clever little Liam joke, which means infinite. Aren't I so clever?
very fun.
So he does not have a personal soul, which is very interesting for something I saw that we'll get to later.
Boomstick has magic.
Boomstick does have
magic.
Great.
Cool.
He can cast the infinite nap time spell, which puts someone to sleep.
Infinite nap
Yeah.
time? Is that the
Which puts Wiz to sleep.
Where is that?
Where's that from? Yeah.
I think that's the infinite Tsukuyomi, right? That's
That
probably what it
was
is.
the star.
yeah,
that was the Star Butterfly preview.
Oh,
Okay.
that's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Non-canonical.
I love this one. This is just funny. So he has butt machine guns, and I'm like, yeah, that tracks because
Astro Boy.
He's like Astro Boy, right?
Yeah.
Definitely will.
But Boomstick attempted to install butt machine guns into himself, but installed them backwards.
Well,
That was actually from the
even
Boba
though I
Fett
got it wrong
preview.
with the Infinite Tsukuyomi, that does remind me of one of the art pieces. Let's go ahead and bring up art number 3, because I really like this one. This could be how the fight ends. Naruto Sasuke style.
Man, and a little skull in the blood.
Yeah, I got the little logo in. I
very
love this
cool.
one. This piece is
Also,
great.
man, Boomstick got fit before that.
He was in training shape, yeah.
I mean, maybe Boomstick's always been like that. He just
He's just deceptive.
It's just his
you know?
posture.
He's like Kingpin. Like it's like he's like a sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
Because sumo wrestlers, like, they look fat. It's all muscle.
muscle. Oh, yeah.
It's like they're walls of fucking like rock hard.
Like
muscle.
meatballs. Or
They're
whatever.
like balls of meat. Exactly.
Random Shabo. We can bring up art number 4. This is from Yul Tadoof.
Oh,
The
dude,
thumbnail.
that's cool.
This is a thumbnail.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Captain Crunch up there is the best.
What was that?
Captain Crunch.
Upper right on Boomstick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
It's a reference to that moment.
Oh, it sure is.
Remember where we voted against you?
Yeah, I sure do. I can't.
One of Chad's most iconic freakout moments.
Yeah. When I first saw this, I was like, why do you get Bill Cipher? But then I saw Popeye behind me, so we're good. Don't worry about it. Which tracks because of the spinach can.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Popeye's
let's go ahead and bring up
spinach can.
5 as well. This is from one of our own researchers, Akuma TH, a cute little sprite art piece of what could happen in the fight. We are evenly matched, but I have one thing left.
Up my sleeve. A handgun.
My one weakness. My one weakness was guns.
I'm like an anti-Pokemon.
I'm using your own strength against you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Whoa.
He's broke.
Reburning, recharging.
Let's talk more about weapons.
You keep mentioning something that you think is going to be important.
Okay, yeah, we should probably discuss it. Okay, so he doesn't have a personal soul, but he has clones. Here's the thing that's very interesting.
Okay, to be fair, he has a soul. He's just not in ownership of said soul.
He's been dispossessed of it.
He doesn't possess it in his body. His body is lacking a soul that is his own. Well, Boomstick has we were talking about the reincarnation before the show started, or maybe after it started, I forget. Well, his method of reincarnation is that when Boomstick dies, his soul goes into and possesses another body.
Right.
Wiz does not have a soul. Could he not possess Wiz's body, which is lacking a soul?
Right, because when Boomstick's soul left his body, he possessed Dummy.
He would then be in possession of that regeneration, and it would be Wiz versus
I was
Wiz
going to bring that
clones.
up later. That like,
Oh, okay, great.
but I didn't even think about the Wiz not having a soul part.
Yeah, it's-
I literally was just going to be like, well, Boomstick possessed Dummy before, so like he could possess Wiz.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a tie, though, like, because like Wiz wouldn't be dead, and Wiz's soul is still around, not there, and there's still other Wizes, like.
Well, it would be Boomstick in possession of Wiz's body versus the Wiz clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd get some of Wiz's kit, basically, by
Yeah.
doing so.
He would have the benefits of Wiz's, but I don't know if that would. I think that would be an interesting.
But
twist.
isn't like your stand like tied to your soul or whatever? So
Yes.
you'd still be able to use the
You would
stand.
still get the stand, and that's actually a thing in JoJo when they switch bodies in Part 5. They have
course.
their own stands.
So then what does he do once he possesses Wiz's body?
I think he would have to fight the clones.
I don't want to start making big brash assumptions here 33 minutes in, but I do feel like there's no way Boomstick beats 1 million Wizzes. Like, because that is kind of the odds, right? There's one Boomstick. There's a fucking lot of Wizzes.
Well, I mean, both. I guess I don't know. Like, really, but it was like Harold level, like.
If he started
Harold Boomstick, yeah.
If he started to make clones of himself in Wiz's body, would those clones be Boomstick Wizzes?
No,
and if
Other
I
Wizzes.
without
I think it'd
souls,
just be other Wizzes.
it'd just be other Wizzes.
But
they'd
if
be other
Boomstick
Wizzes.
possesses Wiz's body, is he in control of the clones now?
no.
Okay, chat,
question.
you guys can ruminate on this. I also see some people asking, like, who owns Wiz's soul? That's something I don't think we ever established.
I think it's like
Mad scientist you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
Or
Yeah, yeah.
or the loan company that I don't know if
Yeah,
it's a
whoever
federal
would
loan
do
or
that.
something.
Yeah, you defaulted on those loans.
Obama.
But while we ruminate on this, I do think this leads perfectly into the second scene of
Hold on.
Wiz versus Boomstick. So let's go ahead and play scene 2.
You may be stronger than me,
So I win!
but you can't beat me times 1 billion!
Bring it on, Wizzes!
Fuck.
I love the Matrix.
That was awesome. Man, that was
coming out.
Fun fact,
so
I
cool.
did the heavy breathing for Wiz there as well.
Dude, we need efforts.
Shout out to Luis, Zach, and actually Billy here for working on boards for these scenes. It was Zach's idea actually to include the Matrix.
That's awesome.
Very
I
good.
have a question. Did Wiz get his soul back with Biden's student debt forgiveness?
Well, that didn't pass.
Actually happened.
Well, supposedly it's going to happen this
That's what
time.
he was
Yeah.
banking on the whole
The Supreme
yeah.
Court blocked the return of Wiz's soul.
Biden to your representatives.
If he wants Wiz to get his soul back, be sure to vote.
Blame Clarence Thomas for who wins this episode.
Oh my God. Yeah, so we do have access to the armory with all these different weapons that we've featured throughout the show.
Oh, yeah.
Also, what's the axe called? Yarnbjorn? Yarnbjorn. That one as well.
That's a mouthful.
That one.
Yeah. The axe that isn't Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't see how Boomstick beats, like Aaron was saying, millions upon millions, if not an infinite number of Wiz clones. It's just, no matter how many he takes down, another one will take its place.
But he'll keep killing them.
Well-
We're turning them into beer using his stand.
What is the mechanism that creates those?
I was going to say, what's the way he
clones?
cut it off? Like, what is there a thing he can do?
If there's a machine, then couldn't Boomstick
I would,
destroy it?
yeah, this is, speculation.
Yeah.
But I think Ben will throw me a bone here. If Wiz would probably get his clones through a cloning machine. I would imagine. That would be my gut. Like, I know we have a bunch of crazy stuff with like magic and powers and stuff, but I think like if we were writing this and we had to be like,
Yeah,
and we were talking, we were like, how does Wiz get his clones? We'd be like, oh well, he built a cloning machine clearly.
Yes.
Yes and no. Wiz has used ninjutsu before, right? So he might know Shadow Clone ninjutsu. Some of them might be Shadow Clone.
I don't know if that would be better, because then, like, they'd be able to be if there are a million Wiz clones created through Shadow Clone Jutsu, then they each canonically have a millionth the power that Wiz does.
Sure. What I'm saying is I think there might be multiple sources of
the clone.
Okay.
Like, it's not just one machine that's pumping out a bunch of clones.
We have done some redundancies, because I also saw, like, part of Boomstick's magic is he has a spell that can turn things into beer. So why would he need...
That was like a very early version.
We might have reused a joke at some point in maybe 7
That's
episodes.
probably
A beer
before.
joke?
That's
No
probably
way.
before he did the JoJo episode, so he didn't know it stands for.
Yeah.
He just called it a magical power, which is sort of what some characters think of stands in JoJo.
It's the tricky thing of doing this entire fight is that these are all just bits.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And now we're trying to treat them all as canon,
To be
as
fair,
if a bunch of them don't contradict each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
to be fair, that is when Death Battle's at its best.
Yes.
I agree.
Trying to put together
No,
shit that was
wholeheartedly.
never meant to be put together.
These are fun. Claims he can punch down trees to catch squirrels. Bam!
Does Wiz have a way of destroying Boomstick's soul? Because if he did, then I think that would be a good counter to the a Boomstick
Not so
possessing
much
him.
his soul, but just the concept of Boomstick because of the
Well, that'll
DMAT
do,
gun.
I think.
Boomstick has the DMAT gun.
Yeah, but would
Does
he be able
Boomstick
to
have-
keep it?
I guess because
He does. He does have the DMAT gun.
does the Devil Gene have a way to destroy a soul? Because Wiz does have the Devil Gene.
So does Jack Spaniels.
Does the Devil Gene have a? Let's take a look.
does Jack Spaniels? have the
Yes,
Devil
it's
Gene?
in the, I forgot
okay.
that. Yeah, he ate like the wrong. When you were, it's like
Increase.
Wiz was experimenting on whatever to give him the devil gene, but you had left whatever. Well, you made it like the form of candy, and then Jack Spaniels ate it, so he got the devil gene. He's also now a zombie. He's a zombie dog, and then it also is stated that he's powerful enough to blow up the sun.
Yeah. Wiz
Okay.
does not have, or the Devil Gene does not destroy souls.
Wiz has the Dyson sphere laser thing. Because if Wiz just blows up Earth, we can assume there's probably a fucking Wiz in in a satellite, right? Like that's
Oh, the bison soul thing?
well, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
No, but I'm just saying,
I
like,
have
if
an
Earth
answer
is blown
for it,
up,
maybe.
like,
Yeah.
So demons eat souls, right? That's like a demon thing. Demons can take on souls.
I can tell you're stretching.
That's a stretch.
According to the G1 blog, thank you for reminding me of this G1 blog. Wiz has a rat named Ratsputin who is possessed by demons. And he's my cute little rat friend, so he would just eat Boomstick's soul.
I will say I think that's a humongous stretch.
Well, fine, okay.
Sorry,
It's up to you guys to decide. If you guys think Ratsputin should be able to eat souls, I think they should.
Wiz does have
Jack Spaniels could eat a rat, no problem.
Wiz does have the God Bomb replica that deleted a college campus from existence. I wrote this in the Thor preview.
Right. Yeah.
So he could potentially erase Boomstick from existence, but, and I did this intentionally, the way that to make it not like a big thing for like a big winning thing for Wiz, I wrote it so that Boomstick was there and survived it. He said,
Wait.
"Oh, I got like a sunburn."
You hijacked the script?
Oh,
Liam,
what do you mean I hijacked it? I wrote the script.
Liam, how often is your job as a writer just making up stuff to make this more difficult?
Oh,
right
I
now?
did that for every episode.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That became a point of like during the writing process. I can't really remember when, Ben, you might know, when like the idea of like Wiz versus Boomstick became kind of like a thing that we knew eventually one day we would have to talk about, like we're legally obligated to almost. Because I remember writing scripts like Wonder Woman, She-Ra and stuff, and like turning Boomstick into She-Ra and thinking like, well, that'll be fun for Wiz versus Boomstick. Like, it's something that when you're writing, you're just like, well, that'll show up again later. Like, you know, that's like, and I just like, I can't remember when that became like the audience at some point got to a saturation level where they were like, we want Wiz versus.
Yeah, that's where it came from. We would get asked. Like,
Yeah, I just can't really
are
remember
you-
when.
Like,
We'd always joked about it, I feel
Yeah.
like, since maybe midway through season 1 or whatever.
Do you think it started to explode once the lens cap came off?
For sure.
But no, I mean,
100.
because we'd get it in the comments like, you should do Wiz versus Boomstick, or then we'd also like at conventions and stuff, people would ask like, who do you think would win between Wiz and Boomstick? And you know, I of course say Boomstick, he'd say Wiz, and then you know, then it evolved into when are you gonna do Wiz versus Boomstick? And then we were just like the very last episode of Death Battle. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know when, but
It's certainly a part
it's-
of writing
it's-
the scripts. Though.
It's funny
I know
hearing that
Josh.
because I know we would joke about it pretty often during like script meetings and whatnot, but I would never really think about it when I was writing a script.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was always just kind of like a throwaway
This
joke.
guy
where it's
would,
just
clearly.
Like, I think Liam really showed up and was like, I'm going to take the lore of Death Battle
Oh, yeah.
to a ridiculous place.
I wrote them
and
to be
it's great.
significantly more evil.
We'd be...
Vampire Nevermore in chat has a thing. Wiz has Destruction Key, which can destroy souls.
Okay, all right, that's something.
I don't remember when Wiz got Destruction Key, but sure, I'll take it.
Well, I can take a wild guess at the episode.
Probably Fierce.
We would. Well, it's not on YouTube anymore. How do we really know?
That's all Rooster Teeth.
Man.
Yeah, I mean...
YouTube is the canon. If you remove it, if it gets a copyright strike, no longer canon.
Expanded continuity.
If somebody takes down a Death Battle video,
Yeah.
it's no longer canon. Oh, no.
This is some of the stuff that Boomstick has. SpongeBob's magic pencil. Sauron's the One Ring.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, we Dragon Slayer, which is just cool. I mean, the Dr. DMAC gun. We went past that real quick, and that thing's pretty ridiculous.
Yes, yeah. It erases you from, like, erases your concept from, or erases you from the time stream so that you never existed to begin with.
Which would mean all the clones would be gone.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
And the show would just be half
It
awkward
would.
silence.
That would apply to the clones, but if Wiz could resist that, I don't know.
Oh.
No, he can't.
So, Wiz doesn't just have a device that can pull black holes around. Apparently, in Wally West preview, Wiz also has a device that can generate black holes that can destroy whole worlds.
Nice.
So, what's going to happen when a million Wiz clones start activating a million black holes in the middle of the battle?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't understand how Boomstick survives some of the like nukes that Wiz can do.
Well, Boomstick, I mean, pretty, like, stuff like Mjolnir, I think, makes it so that black holes are kind of irrelevant. The Speed Force soda.
Yeah, I mean, that's
isn't a
crazy.
huge deal.
And also, I mean, if Boomstick
Black
even needed to
holes
just,
are
like...
kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean,
If
Cool.
Yeah, it needed to just avoid something. He does have the Boomstick tubes, which allow him to travel throughout all time and space.
I'm just saying, 99 bottles can turn anything into a beer.
True.
A black hole is made of matter. Like the black hole is at its core matter. He could potentially punch a black hole and turn it into a beer. I will say this though.
That was a sentence,
People
everybody.
forget that black holes are actually like super highly condensed. There is matter at the center of it.
Sure.
I will say this though. There's no like debate about like intelligence. Wiz is much smarter
Oh, yeah, I didn't even mention that because I figured
and has
everybody
done
understands
more
that.
research on the characters than Boomstick has. That is a consistent thing.
And
that is written.
created all the devices and weapons that Boomstick uses.
He's done
anyway.
more research, but does he have a PhD? Because
Yeah, what's your PhD in?
poultry science, but Boomstick has a PhD, whereas Wiz does not.
Okay.
And doesn't
all right, so it's a
Jocelyn do all
class.
the research? Like, did
Yeah.
Wiz really do the research, or did Jocelyn do it?
We established
That's
that
a really good
Jocelyn
point.
was
Semantics.
Moses, not all.
College degrees. Not everybody needs them.
We never really gave Jocelyn many powers, did we?
Well, no. Well, Jocelyn had the Phoenix Force, which is
Yeah,
kind
which
of
is
Oh,
pretty
yeah. Well, that's good enough.
That's
I
all
think
she
you're good.
really
Yeah, you're good at
That's
Phoenix
Paul.
Force.
All right,
Every
I do want to
power.
get to some more fan art before we start wrapping this up. So let's go ahead and bring up number 6. This one is from B. Another.
That's great. The glasses on top of the hat. That's,
Yeah,
You guys are
yeah.
so creative. Look at that. That's great.
Another music thumbnail. This one looks great. Love the incorporation of the badge as well. And then we got 7. Oh, 7 is interesting because we got. So this is from Awesome Ethan, who's been doing art for Death Battle for a long time, like
Yeah.
just fan art for it. This is from 2019, and. I think we've shown this on Death Battlecast before. I
Yeah.
kind of vaguely remember looking at it before.
Look, it's all the Wiz clones.
It's a million beers.
He turned them all into beer. Answer. Thank you, Awesome Ethan.
But then just last week, Awesome Ethan made number 8. If we bring this one up, an update
So
to
cool.
his Boomstick, which is just beautiful looking.
I know,
really
like going
like
off into the sunset.
Yeah.
It's like we're doing the Goku Superman thing. You know?
Yeah, exactly. A fist
great.
bump. Then we got number 9. This one's from Tyranny. We can bring that one up. Another
Oh, that's
thumbnail.
cool.
This one looks awesome, and it's a little hard to see from here, but each of those images on the side are like a screenshot from like a fight.
Yeah.
Are those all of them?
Yeah, it
Might
looks,
be all of them.
It looks fantastic. And again, combining the hat and the glasses on the logo. Saw a few people doing that. I think that's a great way to incorporate all the different iconography of the show. And I do like the name Once and For All. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And then the last piece of fan art we'll show today, but of course there's so many good ones. You guys have been just so talented and inspiring throughout the years. This one's from Anon the Martin, number 10. Bring that one up.
Yeah.
This one is,
What
I love
a
this.
throwback with the car.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's a good reference.
So,
Shit, Mog on the shoulder with Dummy back there?
yeah.
oh, that's great.
I made it.
Good.
So, and here's the, this when we were talking about Ben, how like when you were writing, you never thought about like how like you make Wiz or Boomstick more powerful or anything like that. Same with all the ridiculous stuff. I'm just like, is this funny at the time? And then that's how like things were happening. And so that's from Yoshi versus Riptor, and
Oh, we brought it back a couple different times.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
always
yeah,
the
but
same car.
Yeah, but it just cracked me up because when we had him fall all the way off the building and then smash into the car, which is one of the things from KI. And then we were in the booth and this happens, and then I just went, no, my car. And then I remember just Ben cracking up. You're like, that's Boomstick's car. I was like, I don't know, why not? It's funny. It's,
Yeah, again, another great example of improv. Just
Yes,
completely Oh, I love it. Okay, so we're getting into the last 10 minutes here. So let's go ahead and close this out before we get to the final bits. So, is there anything about Boomstick that you haven't brought up yet that
I mean,
talk about?
the stand combined with the ability to, travel through all time and space at will, and the DMAT gun, I think, really solves the clone issue.
So
yeah.
the DMAT gun worked on Rick because each of them were like tied to each other through that one device. I can't remember what the thing's called, the Phoenix Operation Phoenix or whatever it's called. I don't know if it would necessarily work the same way on Wiz.
Well, I think that it would, if it erases him from time, then it would erase, including the moment when he started making those clones too.
Right.
I think think is the point.
Yeah,
Yes.
because if Wiz never existed, you never would have been able to clone him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Okay. But the Devil Gene, though.
Devil Gene has its stuff. My dog has the Devil Gene.
I just briefly touched on it. Booster Gold's like belt could potentially block that, right? It can block all sorts of crazy.
He has the time. Wiz has the time ring.
Yeah, he also has that,
Goku Black.
which counters time alteration.
Wait, and does the
Yeah.
DMAT gun just remove the concept in that universe?
I remember us debating this during
yeah,
that one because technically each time it's used, I think it's only used twice in Doctor Who canon.
Yeah.
Each time it's used, it like creates a different effect. But essentially, the idea is that it removes the person from existence in a way as if they never existed in the first place, which of course is a paradox. But it would remove the idea that they ever made a clone in the first place. So that is accurate. But if Wiz has something that can counter affecting alternate timelines or adjusting time, like the time ring, then you would just destroy Wiz, but not the other clones.
Yeah, you wouldn't destroy the clones. Yeah.
So you'd have to get rid of the time ring
Yeah.
first.
Though if he destroyed that Wiz, that would destroy the time ring as well. The clones don't have time rings.
Right.
They're just, I mean, I guess it's debatable.
Wiz
Stan
also
turns
has...
Wiz into beer, then you hit the beer with the DMAT gun.
Okay.
And then it's a real sad moment because while Wiz now no longer exists,
He's
neither
defeated
did beer.
himself.
Okay.
That was a very good
And so-
ending.
But Boomstick wouldn't even
have
remember
one-
that beer existed. You have to become like a cider guy or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's
There's
my,
green
I think, my
flannel.
final argument for Wiz. In addition to everything I've said, Wiz has all these capabilities and all these clones and the time ring and all these planet-destroying and black hole-creating devices. He also has multiple ways to stop time. What is stopping 1 million clones from stopping time, each of them capable of stopping time, and just taking the DMAT gun and turning it on you?
I'm pretty sure Boomstick has resisted time stops before.
time.
Yeah, help me out here.
Okay, one potential option. He does have the Omnitrix.
I was about to bring that up. I was about to
Turn
say,
into Alien X.
yeah, that was going to be my last thing. Was to be like, but also Omnitrix, Alien X.
Although, as we established in Ben 10 versus Green Lantern, Alien X's time manipulation is not does not fully cover everything. I don't
Controversial take.
Boomstick can travel. Can travel through time.
Do we really get to the end of this debate on a time, huh? Like,
All
Just
roads
wait.
lead.
Yeah, manipulate time. Boomstick tubes travel through time. No.
look at those boots. In the
Sounds
there you
like
go.
there's no counter.
Omnitrix. Yeah, I mean it would be the Omnitrix. It would be the Omnitrix would be the potential. Time
But he would
stop
have
counter.
to do it before he got time stopped.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he would have to anticipate it.
Yeah.
And of course, there are millions
But
of clones who
can
could.
okay? And
Here's
here's
the thing.
here's a dumb question. Can Boomstick actually die without time moving forward?
Well, if they hit him with the DMAT gun during the time stop, then it would take effect at when time
On
started.
that wonderful note, let's go ahead and get to the end of this. We're going to jump to you guys and your own opinions on this matchup. But let's first check out the final scene in our Wiz versus Boomstick animatics. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Scene 3.
If I go, I'm taking you with me. It's time to end this.
Time, huh? Thanks for the tip.
We started fighting again.
Yeah.
We blew up the planet again.
Yep.
Well, maybe it's better if we just let the viewers decide.
Ah, payback. No fair.
Amazing.
Perfect.
When I saw that when we were voicing that, I said the time I was like, I wanted to do that so dramatic, like just
Yeah.
thanks for the tip, like really Clint Eastwood it. You know?
Okay, so we have presented our arguments and more. I think at this point it is time to leave it to you guys to decide. So we do have some answers from you guys. Let's go ahead and bring up the first community answer.
Ben, you are logged in and can make the poll, right?
I can, yes.
Sit. Okay.
Can I read the answers?
Yes.
Yes, go.
I would love to.
Go for it.
Especially if you
From
can.
Dr. Ack02 or Draco2. We have seen that Boomstick is a master of drunken kung fu, can use Hamon, was deemed worthy to wield Mjolnir, has the 99 bottle stand, has managed to drink an entire beer faster than the human eye could perceive, and seems a great deal tougher than Wiz, considering Wiz can barely take a punch. Plus, shotgun leg!
Oh yeah, that's what
I forgot about the
Yeah, I
dream
haven't even
faster than
talked
the eye
about
can
that.
see.
Yeah, I remember we were laughing about that a lot because it's already gone. Like, you know, whatever, like, and that was, Boomstick is so hardcore, he cut off his own leg to replace it with a shotgun.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did you cut it off, or was it like lost?
I'm pretty
in some
sure.
No, he cut it
I'm pretty
off.
sure both of their amputations were self-inflicted.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I think his was intentional and Wiz's was actually.
Yeah, I think yours was like like an experiment gone wrong or something. But yeah, no, with Boomstick, I don't know, we improvised some dumb thing about it. He's like, well, I cut it off myself. You know, I don't know.
Now, some of these could be just Boomstick, blustering, right? Like he could be making that up.
It's possible.
I always interpreted some of Boomstick's statements to be just him riffing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I
Until
mean, literally, that's what Chad does. So I think that's very fair to say, is that some of it is just like, drunk boasting, right? Like,
All right, let's go ahead and bring up the community answer for Wiz, the good one.
okay.
Look how long it is.
Okay.
All right.
You get
Okay,
the two
from
paragraph one.
Big Deal Production, 1707. That's the year I was born.
And this guy's a big deal,
Whoa.
just like Wiz.
Boomstick has his crazy weapons and is definitely more skilled in combat. Plus, there was that one time that he did air bending. And if he has access to the Speed Force, which actually I just know might be a counter to the time stop, yeah, he'd probably clap. But otherwise, Wiz is just too much. This is the dude with tech that's destroyed planets. He's got various physics-breaking rays, has weaponized divine chi, presumably still has access to concentrated Speed Force, has an army of clones of himself at his back, and has made it clear that he has dabbled in dark magic quite a few times in the past. Wiz for the win.
When did Wiz dabble in dark magic? I don't know.
That's like every episode.
I guess so.
Also, hey, the first part of that answer was already setting up, okay, Boomstick might actually win. So.
Be confident.
Well, you know.
Pro Wiz.
Yeah. Yeah. Wiz has to acknowledge Boomstick's strengths before he can take advantage of his weaknesses.
It's true.
All right. The poll is live. You all can now start voting on who you think should win between Wiz and Boomstick.
Oh man, this is gonna be crazy.
While the votes are coming in.
No one votes, or it's 50-50.
While the votes are coming in, I do want to talk a little bit about just Death Battle as a whole. I mean, this isn't necessarily our send-off for the channel as a whole, but it is, potentially a send-off for Death Battle Cast. And I do really appreciate that you guys are here and that you've made this show with me for so long. Yeah, it's been a long journey. So, and I thank you as well, everybody who's watching. For some of you have been here since the very beginning, and regardless of when you jumped in to watch and support Death Battle and Death Battle Cast and everything else that we do on this channel, all the stupid shit that we do on this channel, I really appreciate it. It means the world to me, and it's wild to see how far this has gone, and also that the poll is literally at 50-50 right now.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, same. If I get too emotional, I'm just going to start crying. But yeah, no, it's like what we've said a lot is every single person that has touched the show has contributed and made the show better, including you guys watching. But like when it comes even like Death Battle Cast, we've had a lot of fun with our TDs and over the years. So we got Cody right here. If you want to come wave and say hi, Cody. No, he's waving. He's waving. And then Mike's TDing right now, and even then they get to put their fun touches on Death Battle Cast and everything.
Mike has decided.
They love you too.
Mike's decided a lot of Death Battle Cast matchups.
That's true. He has.
Much to my
There we go. Yeah. Mike in studio.
Oh, I love it.
I like when Mike agrees with me.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just what's been so cool is just to be able to work in something so unique that there's so much flexibility for everyone to be creative and get to put their mark on the show.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody who's helped make this. I mean, whether it's, behind the camera or on a script or, editing, directing, voicing, producing, we've had so many actors on board, so many writers on board. The research team in particular has
oh yeah,
I'm super proud of that whole team because they came on as just like a volunteer, some people that I would reach out to here and then to be like, hey, do you think we're right? And then that whole relationship evolved into they became a consistent part of the team, a paid official part of the team, and
we got stuck with this one.
To writers and a director, multiple writers, and in the last few years, writers' rooms consisted of a lot of the researchers. And all of them are just incredible teammates and just understand the show so well. So
it was a big dream of mine to work for the show when I first started watching it. It was a wonderful thing, and I'm so glad I was able to for the last few years.
You have elevated the show significantly.
And I do want to also shout out the animators, because unfortunately we weren't able to get any of them on cast today. But Luis, Zach, Torian, of course, is maybe one of the most iconic names in Death Battle's history. But like Christina, Dave, Gus,
Zach.
Yeah. And there's just so many people. It would take me forever to list them all out. And I definitely want to do something that really highlights everybody at some point. But man, there's been so many incredible people who've worked on the show over the decade and almost a half that it's been around. So thank you, everybody who's been a part of this.
Yeah.
And with that, guys, we're at 50-50.
Yeah!
I think that's optimal, right?
With over
that's the best way to do it.
2,000 votes.
Wow. Oh, wow.
With over 2,000 votes and still
They all showed
climbing,
up today.
we're
Yeah.
at 50%. I gotta end the poll, guys.
Yeah.
You're
I'll
waving
give it a
until
little-
you're like 2 ahead.
I'm like, technically, like, I saw Boomstick at 51% just like not very
Just a
long
second
ago.
Is there a way to like see the
know
actual
they're doing
literal
this.
count?
Yeah, when you close it.
All right,
yeah.
I'm ending the poll. I have to. We're over time. Ending the poll. God, you guys, with
done.
over 2,200 votes, we are 50. Oh my God. Wait. Oh no.
What happened? What?
Okay.
Did YouTube decide Boomstick?
YouTube's polling system has always been a little janky. We all know this.
That damn 1%.
They tend to take out 1% if there's like a
Leaning.
slight lean one way. Technically speaking, according to YouTube, 50% goes to Boomstick and 49% goes to Wiz.
It's great. Dirty.
No, I think you guys decided that was 50-50. YouTube's not going to be the one to decide who wins between Wiz
Yeah.
versus Boomstick.
Yeah.
So we are at 50-50, which means, I mean,
But for Boomstick, that battle was a whiz.
What?
Ended on the pun. Come on.
yeah.
It was a whiz.
A
you know?
whiz?
Yeah.
I almost was mad at myself because I wanted to like kick it off with like it's time to end this debate once and for all, but we clearly haven't.
No, not at all.
So,
We've only begun the debate.
Yeah, clearly there's more to debate. Oh my gosh, 50-50. Wow.
That's crazy.
skilled, guys. Like
Well
putting
done.
making sure that that was at 50-50. That is a strong community right there.
Y'all are the best.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Well, that being said, again.
Sorry, oh my god, I tried to cover it up, but I sneezed right in
Right on the ASMR sneeze. Dove in front of a sneeze because I saw what was happening. Like, no, you cooked it. You blasted it right into your
His
line.
mic is right there, so apologies to the users. If you just deafened, it's Liam's fault.
Classic Liam moment.
We can't even have one, Liam.
That might cute up
Oh
all
my
the good
God. Amazing. God.
Mike, how are your ears, dude?
Oh my God.
That one
You
was
can't
not
beat that.
intentional. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just a reminder, we are doing a fireside chat this Wednesday. On Thursday afternoon and evening, we have a big Discord event. Everybody can jump into. We're going to get as many people as we can into that. I think
get naked.
Liam's apparently going to get naked.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if we can do that, but
You will be at my house, sir. I have children. You are not.
so please don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get emotionally naked.
There we go.
We should also have more people in that aren't here, like animators and whatnot. So we should have plenty of people there. And then after that, this Friday is the big Rooster Teeth live stream. Yeah, and I don't really know how to end this.
Stay tuned to the channel for an update.
Yeah, just
Before-
a reminder,
before May
even though
10th.
we're not going to be able to post anything as of right now past May 10th, we will have a video up before then that should have more information, and the community tab will also be up for a bit longer after that. And the Discord will continue on, for sure.
So it's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you for tuning in to Death Battle Cast. Until we see you next time, I'm Ben.
I'm Chad.
I'm Liam.
Sam.
Aaron.
Josh.
I'm Ringmaster!
There you go. I knew you wanted the final. All right.
That makes
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Pasta la pasta.
I knew you.